one, express, but also, frankly, to share with you, because for each of these folks, we have a vision for them, right? So if I compare myself to a pure play self-service vendor, I'd understand they have a vision for a business analyst, but do they have a vision for a data engineer? Do they have a vision for a data scientist? Do they have a vision for a line of business that's using ERP and HCM and CX? They might have an idea what they want to do, but can they really apply that? They probably can't. Because the reality is, as the assets that we have at Oracle is we're a large database vendor. We're one of the leading application vendors. We understand data management, and we understand workflows. And analytics is designed to enable these things come together. So a broad vision, a broad solution enables us to go to the next step, which is the Oracle Analytics offer for applications. Okay, so if you go back to kind of the history of this deck, there are really two things I wanted to do is make sure you guys come to the summit, and then to understand our customers, and then now we're talking about how are these customers consuming our service. The first one is a platform service, which mirrors and matches everything you can find in the space in terms of self-service and building great analytic capabilities for their users. We have a lot of AI that's infused, so we can make that faster. You saw this in data preparation. You saw this in auto-generation of dashboards. But then what happens next? Well, what happens next, which we think is the opportunity for us, is every single one person in this room will be in a car like this at some point, right? The driving experience is not a very pleasant one. We all kill each other with these machines. And the reality is, if you've ever been in a Tesla or any of those, it's a very superior experience. And so we think that in the future of analytics, the opportunity ahead of us is the vendors that will understand the data, that will understand the process, and understand the context will win. And we believe we have the assets to win here. What's our first demonstration of that is Oracle Analytics for application for ERP, which essentially, as I showed earlier, it takes the data from the ERP system, drops it into the autonomous data warehouse, which you heard from George, how that capability works is really designed to make sure your data is secured, prepared, loaded, and it gives you an optimal environment so you don't have to spend a ton of time optimizing how that environment works. We use that as a foundation for us to build a set of semantics that are business relevant to that application. We build KPIs and dashboards automatically for you, and then you get to consume it and make decisions. Same idea as the car, right? In the past, you had to crank the car, get in, and turn the wheel. In this case, you just come in and then you just go.
So the case of with analytics for applications,